If you can play part of any band, which would it be? I think it'd be Guns N' Roses, the Beatles, or Iron Maiden, or Black Sabbath, or Metallica, or... just joking. Rusty Shackleford said, why did you kill Haramble?
What?
Also, congrats. Luke says, what's your favourite flavour of ice cream? I'm going to say mint chocolate. And this is because my girlfriend hates mint, and then that means I have that ice cream all to myself. Yeah. Just what advice would you give to a magician? Congrats for 100,000 subscribers. What advice would you give to a musician who wants to be a multi-instrumentalist like yourself? I originally didn't set out to be a multi-instrumentalist. I learned guitar the best I could, and I started just playing a bit of bass, just practicing simple bass lines. Don't set out to try and play everything. Learn one instrument the best you can, and then once you've grasped that, move on to something else. So if you're a guitarist, move on to playing the bass. And if you want to play drums, start learning a simple beat. Stephen Royal says, awesome Carl, can I come round and stroke your hair? Stephen, no. Told you this before. Do you listen to heavy bands like The Devil Wears Prada, The Architects, Asking Alexandria? The answer to your question is yes. I do like listening to heavy bands. Muhammad says, Strat or Les Paul? I'm going to go with Les Paul. If you would have said Telecaster or Les Paul, that would be a harder question for me. I'd probably go Telecaster. The only reason I don't really play my Telecaster anymore is because I haven't fixed it. Hey Carl, congratulations. Can you do a rig down video of all your guitar amps and gears? Hey Hector, it's a bit difficult for me to do a rundown in terms of my YouTube videos because all I use really, essentially, is Logic Pro X and the amps on there. I live in a flat, so I can't mic up amps and things. I'm moving house next year, so I'll finally have my own individual studio where I can stay up till late and not get told off by my missus. I look forward to that day very much indeed. Are you in a band, and if so, do you ever tour the UK or would you consider? I'm currently not in a band. My last band was probably Kit Defoe, which was many years ago now, and before that was in Zelinsky, and briefly in Blue Robinson. That sounds wrong. If I got in a band, I'd definitely consider touring the UK. At the moment, I kind of just do this channel for fun, as you guys know, and I don't make enough money to make a living from this. I'd love to, but I'm happy. I have a good job, and I love playing music, and I have time to do the things that I love. If you could play one guitar for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think it would be a Fender Telecaster. Is that clear that I love Fender Telecasters now? Garrett says, how many guitars do you have? I have many. A lot of my guitars though are stored at my parents' house because I have no room in this flat. I don't know how many guitars I have, to be honest, but when I do get into my new house, I will do a little tour of everything and show you all my guitars. I must have about 10 or 15 guitars now, about 1 million ukuleles. Thank you to everyone who sends me them. How did you get into playing guitar? Thanks Carl. As I said before, I got into playing guitar because I was inspired by the Beatles and Guns N' Roses. I wanted to be them, especially Slash. He was freaking cool. He is cool still. Will you ever do lesson videos? I do lesson videos now and again. I like to do videos you guys would enjoy, but I do struggle to find the time with my full-time job and doing these videos. Which audio interface do you use? I believe it's the M Audio Ultra. Could you do an instrumental video series featuring Van Halen songs? I can indeed, and I will try and do that in the future. Thank you. How much do you love Guns N' Roses? This much all the way round. Awesome Carl, congrats. Thank you very much. Keep up the awesome work. And I also want to ask, how often do you change your strings? That depends on how much I play. I think it's probably every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, I change my strings. I don't play guitar as much as I used to play. Usually when I change one string, I change the whole lot. Lily asks, how old are you? It's rude to ask my age. It's okay. I am 30 years old. I know, I look very young. I hope you're saying that. You may not be saying that. Who is your favourite bassist? What bass do you use? My favourite bassist is probably Victor Wooten or Flea. I use a Warwick rock bass. which is probably only about 300, 400 quid. Pretty awesome for the money. What was your first acoustic electric guitar, and what would you recommend for beginners getting their first electric guitar? For beginners, I would recommend maybe a Chapman guitar, because nowadays guitars are becoming a lot cheaper, and yeah, you can get a decent guitar for very cheap. I think the Gibson Epiphones are great. I said about my Fender Squire was great. There's a few options there.